Welcome to Three Dudes Who Don't Deserve a Mic. I have my co-hosts here, Isaiah and Joey. We are starting a podcast. No, I'm just kidding. So this is for my memory book, you guys. So this is, we might drop gems, we might say some funny stuff, but most importantly, I want to be able to get together and just share some years of the journey. I know, Joey, I've known you for 8 years. Isaiah, I've known you for 5 or 6. And we've had a lot of funny times together. And so I just want to have something that I have online that I can look back at 10 years from now, sit with my kid and laugh at and say, this was my life. And so without further ado, I would like Joey to start introducing himself since he's oldest. Isaiah, introduce himself next, and then I'll go final.
Yes.
All right, cool. Thank you for bringing me on, sir. Peterson.
Yes, sir.
I met you in the DMs on Instagram. I met you and I was like, okay, I think I was on my journey of doing network marketing, and I was selling a couple of things, Kangen water, doing Forex. And then I just saw your followers. I was like, damn, this guy's got a lot of followers. And you messaged me back real quick, and then you video called me randomly. And I was like, okay, cool. And then we started doing business because you were white. Yeah.
Good, okay.
Because I was doing business with other people.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck. I was like, I didn't trust anyone. But
Okay.
you, I was like, oh, he's from the Midwest. He's from Minnesota. I went to Minnesota, you know, and
that's right.
that's how our relationship built.
So what do you do?
What do I do?
Yeah.
We got ASS, baby. We're running ASS.
Okay, what does that mean?
ASS is Asian Sales Society, ASS, the #1 community for Asian Americans to get into high-ticket remote sales.
Okay, I like it.
And you helped me create that. Even though you're not Asian, you're the token white guy here.
I am.
I truly respect that, you know.
Thank you.
Because I was in Vietnam, lost, kind of not doing shit, you know. Fucking bitches, getting money, trying to anyways.
There you
and
go.
then you came in, yeah, you helped it. You helped fine tune it, and now we're here. So very happy. Yeah.
Well, I'm Isaiah, you guys, you know that.
Isia.
Isia. Yeah, I met you like 5 years ago, Alec, right? Looking to get into the online space, and then you introed me to this guy. And
This guy.
this guy, Joey.
What do you do?
Joey Grayson.
What do you do?
What do I do? I'm
He's a.
it's just a personal sucker. Yeah. I specialize in client success. So that's been my bread and butter for the last 3-4 years ish, right? So I make sure that when people pay, they get what they paid for, and they're happy, and I retain the cash.
Nice.
So-
Cool. And I'm Alec. I have been doing online marketing for about 10 years now. I got my start when I was 17 years old. I've done millions of dollars online through marketing, and I've helped clients generate tens of million dollars tracked. And really, over the past 10 years, I've had a lot of ups, a lot of downs. And both of these guys have been there through a lot of it, really. You know, as a young entrepreneur, somebody that has businesses at a young age, you mess up a lot, you make a lot of mistakes, you do a lot of funny stuff because as men, our brains don't develop until we're 25. And so, you know, you do funny
Isaiah's
stuff.
is still developing.
It happens. So I'm going to start it off with if we were to go 20 years from now, what's the one story that all three of us were involved in that you guys would laugh about at a dinner table?
All three of us, yeah.
The one
All
story.
three. Anyone.
one
Anyone.
story.
The one story.
I can remember the one time we met each other in the elevators, and I came up to Fargo, North Dakota, your neck of the woods. I was like, fucking hell, this place is fucking like so pale. It's like England again. And then I met this guy with you. You're like, oh, you're meeting your other Asian brother. I was like, oh, really? My eyes lit up. I was like, no way.
No, I'm pretty sure he said I was
That's how I-
Indian.
I said he was Indian even though he's Filipino.
So he's still Asian though.
Whatever.
Yeah. Indian's an Asian.
Yeah.
Dickhead.
That's not the story.
What do you got?
Well, that was my
that
memory.
was his memory.
There's so
I
many.
don't have one specific.
There's
I just
no-
wanted your
yeah.
guys' opinions.
Oh man, there's so many stories.
My favorite is the mastermind in Florida that we had together, where we made Isaiah drive down from North Carolina all the way to Florida, bringing Eddie and Alexis with
yeah.
them. That's one of my favorite
That's
stories.
crazy.
G Mark.
I know you guys had a lot of great memories in Colombia here
Yeah.
recently. What's your guys' favorite story from that?
I don't know. Every time me and
Yo, when Isaiah. I wasn't even there. It's a story that was told. Yo, you know the one time when our friend was smashing this bird, And
yeah.
sorry to your kids listening, but you were smashing the bird.
Yeah.
And then you picked up a towel on the floor, a dirty ass towel, and you fucking put it on your face. And you're like, oh, you're like, oh. You feel that Jackie Chan meme, you're like,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah,
It's so
yeah,
funny.
yeah.
Anyways, go ahead, tell your story.
I don't know. There's so many stories. It's a lot of partying stories, of course. Like,
Yeah. Joey's
with
the biggest
Joey,
party
yeah.
animal I met. That's where Joey really thrives. Is the nightlife.
I
Joey,
would say, yeah.
Joey is the attraction
This
of the
guy
nightlife.
keeps the energy in the day and at night. Doesn't matter.
No
Doesn't need
caffeine.
liquor. Doesn't need caffeine.
No caffeine, no liquor, just straight up raw dog energy, you know?
That's what he brings. That's
like
what he
It's like
brings.
Yeah,
he's
that's-
drunk
I
all
think
the time.
Yeah, it
Hey,
is.
I'm
You don't
from
even do-
England,
you
mate.
don't
I'm
even-
from England, mate. Let's go.
Yeah.
And so now moving from personal, I guess, what is the number one thing that you guys have learned about working with me through however many years in business? Like, what's the one gem if you were to like, hey, I want to pass this on to somebody? What's something that you guys have learned through our time?
There's so many. I'll let you go, but I got a
You're
lot.
true to your word.
No, not about me. Like just a
Oh.
gem that's helped
Yeah,
you
yeah.
in business.
In business, I think I think with the sales aspect, keep pushing through on the sales side. So when you think someone's like, when a prospect is making excuses, don't really listen to it, but just do it anyways.
Yeah.
I think that's like the one thing that like perseverance from you is very great. And I think that's my like take on what I learned when I've been with you on calls and everything is like just push through, even though like you don't want to say those things. Like you make me say some things and I'm like, oh shit. But when I say those things, I seem to have more money. So
Yeah,
I just
there you
kinda-
go, there
I
you go.
listen to what you have to
When's
say.
the time that you can put that into action where you're like, I remember specifically, I didn't want to do X, I did X, I got Y. I got the result.
I'd say on a sales call, I guess if you're not around and I'm, traveling the world, doing my thing, I just know that if I call 20 people today, I will make money and I will just have to push through a little bit more because there's a wall that some people hit. And I know that if I just go over a little bit more, just do a little bit more, then it'll come out on top. And because I have the value, I have the skill, I have the energy for sales, I have time to close deals. I think you just taught me just a little bit more, and it should flourish as well. And then as momentum builds, we can go down as well. We can forget momentum, but it's once we have it, momentum is just there to carry in and continue for the rest of your, until something new happens. And there's always gonna be shit that happens. I think you taught me a key quote was, like in sales calls, there's no script in a sales call, right? But you just fucking put some shit on the wall, put some chewing gum on the wall, and see if it sticks.
See if it
and I'll always
sticks.
remember that you
That's
said
a big
that.
one, yeah.
In my time of like working with you, I think from a business perspective, I'll just remember that part. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's one of my biggest philosophies is like, I don't know what's going to work. You don't know what's going to work, but we just throw it out there. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, just adjust.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And you, Isia?
Like one gem that
The biggest gem.
it's
you
hard.
feel.
It's actually really.
I know, I
really
drop
hard.
him every single hour of the
This
day.
guy's a gem dropper. I mean, yeah, like the hard work for sure, but I don't know. I'm torn between because
Come on, brother.
the two biggest ones is simply find those people that will grow with you. Loyalty is big. It's a huge thing if you find those individuals. But then at the same time, like never stop investing, like never stop learning.
Yeah.
And you'll continue to grow because there's ceilings that you haven't hit. I think that's.
What
a
did you
big
learn
one.
from Alec?
That's
Not a textbook.
That's what I'm. Not a, what are you talking about? He is he's a walking textbook. Sorry, I can read. I can read. I don't
can
listen.
read?
I don't listen to audiobooks.
Oh.
I can actually read. But
La Relis.
I would say, yeah. I think at the end of the day, it is the people that you put yourself around because you can learn a lot from people, and if you find the ones that are loyal, like it's worth more than money. In the long term, because you can make a lot of money fast, but then that goes, right? But the people that you're around constantly that are loyal to you and you're loyal to them, they're there forever, right? And especially in this world where everything's kind of superficial and everybody's looking at the next best thing. people are really hard to come by, and AI can't replicate people that well, not yet at least. So I think it truly is the people that you put yourself around, for sure.
Would you say Alec is a real one?
He is the realest one.
A real one.
He's the realest one.
When's the last
realest one podcast?
When's the last time you applied a gem that I've told you into your daily life?
Me?
Yeah.
Um,
A real life scenario.
I feel like it's every day, but
Every day?
it's
Well, then you'd be a real millionaire.
I'm a real millionaire. One of your gems that I guess, just not even just the people thing. Yeah, you show up every day with the same energy, and you show up every day with discipline is big, even when you don't want to do it. So I think that's.
So you try to apply that to your life?
I try to apply that to
There
my
we go.
life. Even when I'm hungover, 4 hours sleep, it's like I got to show up. And no one's gonna show up for me, not even this guy, right? So
It was funny because Isaiah's in Miami with me right now, and he went out the night before. He texted me. He's like, "Don't worry, I'll still be up." I was trying to go to bed, etc. And I couldn't fall asleep, so I was awake. And I'm like, "Hey, just be quiet when you get back home. I'm trying to fall asleep." And then the next morning, we get up together at the same time. And then I'm leaving. He's like, "Oh, I thought you were just gonna leave behind." And I was like, "No, I'd have been pissed if you slept in."
yeah,
Because I really would have. Because I try to hold people to a higher standard. And when they say dumb stuff, when they do dumb stuff, it's like I don't know. Like it happens, but like I don't take friendliness to that.
yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
I think I disagree with Isaiah, though.
Okay, what do you
A little bit.
disagree?
You always
Because-
This isn't new. So what's up?
Well, welcome to the show, guys.
Yeah.
Agree to disagree, yeah?
Yeah.
There we go.
Because I like the fact that he said you show up every single day. I'm like, okay, cool, he can show up every day. But I also like what you said about, sometimes, every day I don't show up. Every day I'm like, oh, like yesterday, I didn't want to show up yesterday. So I didn't show up yesterday. We just
Yeah,
jerked off
yeah.
with the boys yesterday, right? And so what I know is that performance outweighs performance and skill. Like if I have this skill and I can perform during that day, I'm hot. So in my way, I guess it can be up and down, but I think you told me like, if I have this skill and it's like, okay, well, we made, a couple bands today, it's because the skill was there and the time, but I can make more in an hour or two versus having to go the whole day, right? So that's something I learned from you. I was like, okay, well, if I can make up for it in skill,
Yeah.
sometimes I know I can be, my personality type can be up and down, but
Yeah.
it's still, you're like, okay, he can still get to the bag and that's okay.
Yeah.
But just
and
like
it
I was telling
kinda
you a couple
helps.
days ago, hard work beats talent every single time. And it's like if you combine hard work and talent and you had the skill and hard work, you'd be able to accelerate much further so that if you do have an off day, it's like the person that has the same skill level but doesn't have an off day is going to compound so much faster.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so now you guys have been working with each other on, this offer for a little bit now, scaling it, building. What's the biggest lesson you've learned from each other?
This guy's a prick.
What's the biggest
And he
lesson I
probably
learned
thinks
from
the same.
Joey? No, yeah, I mean, you just can't give a fuck sometimes.
Say it louder. Say it
Truly,
louder for the
truly.
people in the
That's
back.
the-
Say it
that's
louder
the
for the people
gem,
in the
that's the
back.
gem.
I would say that no, it's actually hilarious that you bring that up because he was taking his midday nap as he does, right? And I literally looked at him and I said, "You sleep as if you have no care in the world." And obviously, within the business, there are things occurring, right? As any business has its issues, and he's like, "Yeah, it's whatever. It's just what it is.
He
It's
is
gonna
carefree.
happen.
He
It's
is
gonna
carefree.
happen. You can't worry about shit like that because it's gonna happen, and
Yeah.
it can stop you from winning if you care. And that's something that I still deal with personally. I worry it too much, but I think his carefree, I don't give a fuck about shit, for the most part, is pretty useful. It's a pretty useful thing to have. So
Yeah, but I'm backed by a good team as well, like you and Alec. So I know there's really not much to worry about. And then when I do worry, he's just like, "Yo, let's just get back on it." He always, "Let's get back on it." Like he said something. I'm like, "Oh yeah, it's not even that big of a deal." So
Right.
I think over the years of working with Alec, like for 8 years, you said, right? Around 8 years. I'm just like, oh, it's not really that big of a deal, bro.
Yeah.
Like shit happens, this, that, refunds, disputes, people
Unhappy.
being mad at you, people threatening you, people wanting to kill you, whatever. It's
blow
just
your
part
head smooth
it's
off.
part of the game, bro.
Blow your head smooth off.
What
Yeah.
does that mean?
Blowing your head smooth off, that's a threat online.
That's explain it. Explain it. Remember, I want to look back at this stuff because
Yeah,
I'll,
well,
I'll
okay,
forget
yeah,
this
so-
next week.
So somebody in your DM said, "No, I hate you, scammers. I genuinely hope you blow your head smooth off."
Yeah, and for the present time of like watching this, if we ever forget, we just have to remember the whatever you want, brother. You know,
Yeah, it is
because that
whatever
line
you want,
made
brother.
us great, and this is like that time when we're the recording. So if we
Yeah.
ever do another one,
Yeah, let's get into it.
but I said to you,
Let's
as
get
well
into
when you were like, oh, you have no stress. I was like, yeah, I got 99 no problems, but I think a bitch is just one.
It's
you
the
know?
only one.
It's
It's
the
the
only one.
only
Problem ever
stress.
has.
Girls are my problem.
I just
That
got
is it.
tested yesterday.
That is the only one. Yeah.
TMI, TMI.
Yeah. So girls are the only problems for me.
Okay, and what does
besides
that mean
that.
for you?
What?
What are the problems?
Just the girls.
Girls are the problem.
I'm still developing that area.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah,
of like
yeah.
giving a fuck about them, but I'm starting to learn from you. You know,
Yeah.
like listen. At the end of the day, girls are just girls, and like you guys, honestly, have taught me so much about women. You taught me this one quote that I think everyone should realize. Like, you know, a horny man is a weak man.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, what does that mean to you?
A horny man is a weak man.
Yeah.
Just, you know, if we're in Miami, there's a lot of pretty bitches out there. Like, it's whatever. Just
Stay
go about your day.
focused. Stay focused.
Yeah.
You can get caught up.
Get a boner, but just continue. Use that boner and put it into your calls.
Yeah.
Perfect,
So,
perfect.
yeah.
I'll have to wait till my kid's like at least 16 to watch this. By.
Perfect.
Oh, my bad.
This
my
is
bad.
Hey, I'm gonna.
no, I'm just
kidding.
I think it's time to talk the birds and the bees. Watch this podcast.
Uncle Joey's gonna show you a thing or two.
If you have a boy or it depends on a boy or a girl.
Yeah, if it's a girl, probably 25.
Oh, shit. Okay. Or we can have the kids version and then the raw.
Okay, nice. The
unfiltered
bleep,
more
the
one.
hours.
bleeped out one.
Two
Yeah.
more hours of this.
Yeah.
So we also have shots on the podcast here, and so we're gonna be taking shots together. And so there's a keyword that
Okay.
is gonna trigger shots. No one has said it yet. I'm just kidding. I'm not keeping track. But whenever you guys want shots, we have co-host Ken here to deliver the shots.
Oh,
You heard.
might as well bring them in.
You
We want to see.
heard.
We're gonna remember you, Ken.
Ken, pull up.
Come
and
on,
just,
Ken.
Ken, we
Just,
want to
just
remember
do,
you.
just do a quick wave as the top closer for Joey. You guys kind of look like each other, and so just stand next to Joey real quick with a big
He's
smile.
his current protege, so
Go on. I know he has something to say.
he's good. He's good.
Bring in the drinks,
Let's
baby.
see.
Don't they look alike?
Nah, bro. They dream of being me, and I'm only the 23-year-old.
Okay, he said they dream of being him. Well,
You mind
Well,
pouring?
Ken, do
you
you
go.
mind pouring us a shot? I'm sorry, this is unprompted.
Can you be nice about it?
Make mine.
We don't
re-
need 24
Make,
like in the mastermind.
make mine really. Please make mine
24
really
shots
skinny.
like you did.
24 deep.
I just want
really
a quick.
skinny.
I just want a
That's
quick
good, that's
taste.
good, that's good.
Yeah, like not much. I'm a lightweight. Fun fact.
Yeah.
Even though I'm 6'3", 260
You don't
pounds,
drink that
I'm a
much.
lightweight. I don't drink much.
Let's talk about that. The anatomy that you feel.
The anatomy
And
I
your
feel.
anatomy with the liquor.
I don't want to talk about that on the podcast. I don't want to talk about the tingle. But yeah, I'm a lightweight. I could take like 3 shots and be buzzing pretty well.
Those are not skinny. Those are not skinny, bro.
We're here for a good
Dude,
time.
this was
not a long
yeah,
time,
this is
baby.
cool.
All right, we'll take half of
All
these,
right,
boys.
well, cheers to
I love
hopefully
you guys.
15 minutes here.
brothers.
I can't wait to look back.
Salute.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You took the whole thing?
They both did.
Oh, fuck.
Bro, come on.
Oh, no.
Come on.
Tequila
This guy's
is my favorite.
this guy's a pro MMA
Tequila
fighter too.
is my favorite.
You know.
Come on.
So hopefully this will hopefully be unedited. I've never done one of these here, but it's just super raw. Like I said, this is nothing crazy. I mean, obviously, if you want to learn who you're buying from, whether it's marketing, Asian Sales Society,
Yeah.
whatever it is,
Sales.
like you can watch it and see the rawness. But like for me, I'm not a content creator. Joey's the big content creator here. But at the end of the
Content goat.
day, like having having memories that you can look back. Yeah, it's strong.
Do you want some?
Having memories you can look back at. I just realized like looking back, I wish I created more content because then I can look back at the years and look back at the memories and look back at everything. Because when I go through my photos, it's just a bunch of screenshots of things I had to send, this and that. And I'm like, oh, I kind of remember this time. I kind of don't. And so when it comes to creating content, I think a lot of people, if they've made it into this far, could get a lot of gems from Joey and his ideation when it comes to creating content. Because he'll just pull out a camera and just start recording and not care what he says, going back to the carefree.
Yeah.
And so what's kind of the biggest thing you've learned through 8 years now of just consistently creating content? Like He only took a year off, and it was during a dark phase of his life, and that's the only time I've ever seen Joey not posting,
That's
and
so
that
true.
wasn't even his like core self. And so I know you have a lot of gems when it comes to posting, and so drop a couple.
I think creating content means just not caring about what other people think. Of course, in the first stages, when you're creating, you're going to be thinking about perhaps, oh my God, what is this person going to think about me? What is that person? What is my mom? What is this? What is that? And I always go back to the point of like, it finally made sense when I said, no one is going to pay your bills. So for creating content, if no one's going to pay your bills, why does it even matter? Just start posting. And I think I just enjoy entertainment.
Yeah.
I enjoy UFC press conferences. I enjoy watching podcasts. I enjoy entertainment myself. I was like, I always heard some people, you know, online always say, if you're not a consumer, right? Or if you're not a producer, you're a consumer. And so if you're always consuming, it means you're not really making any money. And so everyone has something to say. Everyone has some dark negative thoughts in their minds. Just say it.
Yeah.
Just say it. No one's going to come and attack you. No one's going to come and fight you. And if they do, just sue their asses. I mean, come on, it's America.
There we go.
Easy.
But at the end of the day, speak your truth, because we live in a great land of opportunity where it is free speech. So just say what's on your mind and just do it. And then for me as well, like you said, right, one big reason is why I started a YouTube channel now that's got, you know, about 5K subs. I was just like, you know what? If this doesn't blow up or anything, at least my grandkids can watch it and say,
There you
hey,
go.
Gramps
Unc's got
was doing
games.
his thing. He had
an
games with these
international
girls,
playboy.
you know. He's an international playboy. and you know, and then the memories, of course, I want to have, you know, the other stuff.
I kind of
as well
want
for
I want to
business
ask you
and
I want to
for
ask you a
content.
question. When you first started making content, like what kind of inspired you, or what like motivated you to say, I think I can do this. I think I could be good at this.
It wasn't that I was good at it. I don't think I was great at it. I just think that I had something where I could feel like it was my community. It was my tribe.
Yeah.
You know, and posting stuff brought in the right audience for me.
I mean,
you
people
know?
are afraid to talk on camera.
People are afraid to talk on camera. Yeah, they are.
A lot of people are. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, it's just.
So you just felt natural, like boom, I'm gonna do it.
I think the first incident was when I went at my old workplace at the restaurant at Lemongrass. I was
Shout out Lemongrass.
shout my mom and dad's restaurant. Let's go. I was introduced to the camera from like that time of being on camera, and I guess wanting to be in the limelight. Something about the limelight really stood out for me, and I was like, okay, cool. Maybe it was because I didn't get a lot of attention as a kid growing up in an Asian family. I don't know. However, as I consistently did it and continuously did it, then I just wanted to keep doing more of it. So it just felt natural to just
Nice.
pick up the phone right now and start creating content, you know?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I don't really get into my head, because I just really think there's really nothing in my head. And what's really holding you back, bro? You know?
Right.
You can pick up your phone right now and you can start making content wherever you want to make it, you know? Anywhere, any place, anytime, make the content, make it, just do it and start producing, because people are going to watch, people are going to say something, and let someone have some fucking things to say. Just do it. That's it.
I love
See,
that.
so
I
he'll
love
just
that.
pull it out and just start talking content. That's what he does. Like it's
Just
good. No, I like it.
it's just like,
That's
where you got to
that's
be
money.
so,
Yeah.
That's money
you look
right
good,
there.
you feel good, just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Just keep
for
going.
sure. Yeah.
I wish I made more.
Yeah. So Isaiah, on the client success side, you have a skill set of just maintaining the bullshit
Maintaining
well, Joe, you'll shit something out and then
Yeah,
shove
yeah.
it your way. Before, when you were doing create clients, I would shit something out.
Yeah.
Someone else would shit something out. Put it on your plate.
GM,
That's why we call
And
it
so,
ass, baby.
You know, like after you know shoveling so much shit
Just
out of the
getting shit on,
what
yeah.
how do you manage all that? What's your biggest takeaway from managing clients, dealing with clients that are either unhappy, dealing with clients that are super happy? What's the best advice you got there?
Yeah. It's not you. It's usually the client themselves and their expectations of what they want to get out of this, right? You can give them the vehicle. I know we've talked about, you can bring a horse to water but you can't force them to drink. But you're like, but if you starve it, most people will not drink the water still, even if they're completely dehydrated.
You didn't believe that for a second.
I didn't, but it's so true. It's like, people love the ideas that what the salesperson gives them, and they're like, yes, this sounds great. And then they're like, let's get it moving. You hold them accountable, and their old tendencies tend to fall back in, right? So I don't take things personally. It is a frustrating department, I would say, but because I want to make people happy, I want to make sure that they get what they paid for. But
and not everyone's unhappy, but
yeah,
I
shouldn't
bad,
say that.
The bad always outweighs the good.
100%.
It's like we could have 500 people be like, dude, I love this, and then one guy's like, hey, I hate this, and it's like that noise makes much more noise than
Negativity is
500 in
louder.
a stadium saying, I love this.
Yeah.
And so, like, if I'm like, dude, what's the shittiest situation you've been in, client success related? What's like? Don't say any names,
I
but
won't
like,
say
what's the most like? Who sold? Like, what was there bad expectations? Like, what's the like?
Dang.
Highlight of the like shit. Because I mean, unfortunately, people do get upset. People do not enjoy XYZ. They came in with a different expectation. They got emotional during the process, whatever it may be. Outside of your control, what's the funniest thing?
Dude, there's two names, but it doesn't even have to do with.
Say some initials. Say some initials. Let me know.
Oh, what is there? I'm just gonna say the phrase because I don't remember their names.
Okay.
I want to say this clear as day. The investment, the higher the investment, the more committed they are. And the lower the investment, the more that they expect out of that $500, $1,000 to make $1 million, right? So whenever they invest low, they're usually the biggest headache. If you know, right? And so there was an individual who was in Spain.
Okay. All right. I'm fine.
Who paid $1,000 via PayPal, and he said, "Listen," he talked like this. "Listen,
Don't do his accent.
I do MMA, you do MMA. I'll fly." By the way, a flight from Spain to the U.S. is much more than 1,000. I'll fly out there and we can get at it. I'll throw you in the Baltic. Give me back me money. He was an older individual, very in shape, very tatted up. I think he was from.
He'd give a ride for the money.
He would have put up a good. So we did refund him the $1,000.
Less rezo,
because his
less rezo.
expectations of the service was much higher. So
Also, this wasn't like we were just like scamming him and just running off. Like it was just like, it was like, hey, like I got into this too early. I'm not ready. And
Yeah.
we're like, dude, that's not our fault. Like continue with the service. And he's like, and then he just like started
He
flipping
went
out
off.
right away. And like, if I don't get me money back,
if I don't give me money, I'm
So
gonna
you
throw you
got-
in the Baltic.
So you got scared and gave him his money back?
Sure.
You're a
we could say
scaredy
that. I got
cat,
scared.
bro. You're a
No,
scaredy
actually,
cat,
that is
bro.
why we refunded him because
Wow.
I was like, Isaiah was like,
You
I
both
don't,
got
I don't want to
scared.
hit on my life for the rest of my life. And I'm like, because it was Isaiah's PayPal, and I was like, all right, we'll give it back.
God.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Isaiah, you're a fighter, brother.
I know. He was
Fight-
in,
UFC
he was like
fighters,
a
you know?
45-year-old in shape.
Okay, and what? And
He
what?
was probably
Just say
roided.
it to
He
him.
said, "You do MMA, I do MMA. Let's get at it."
Say to him, you do
And I was like,
fucking
"Oh,
nothing.
what the?
You
Over
do fucking
1,000?
nothing."
How many euros is that?"
So now, thinking back on it, would you get in a ring with him?
Yeah, I would go.
All right,
at
call
it.
him out then. No,
I
I'm
would
just
go.
kidding.
at it.
Call him right now.
I don't even remember his name.
I actually don't either. And
amount
that's
of
why I
clients-
forget so many stuff.
We've had so many clients. You have great memory though.
But I did at one point.
This
All the
guy
stress just goes
in Miami
goes down.
though.
He
This
has good
guy.
memory. Yeah, he's got
You
good
you
memory.
you meet people you've
Yeah.
worked with. We were walking down the street. He's met people. Hey, it's like what the?
Yeah.
Miami is a crazy place. You can meet so many entrepreneurs that you've worked with.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. Yeah.
So that's about your time in Miami and like when you first came here as a young.
as a young
man.
lad. Yeah.
I mean, my first time ever in Miami, I was, I think 18. I came down with Berto and his friend, and we stayed in the Icon Brickell actually, and it was one of the most eye-opening experiences for me. I mean, Berto had like $30,000 cash that he like showed me, and I was actually 17, maybe just turned 18.
I was gonna say,
I just turned 18, but that was the most amount of money I've ever seen in my life was 30,000 spread out. I had pictures of it, and I was like, wow, this is insane. And he really showed me what the actual Miami lifestyle looks like of it all. And like that was my first experience of Miami, and After COVID, I'd say I don't really like the city anymore. I feel like it's overpopulated and it's very crazy. But like pre-COVID, I have a lot of good memories of coming down. Like there's a lot of productive people down here that I would consistently come and see. And this is really where I got my start, because when I came down here and when you and I first met, actually was when I first had a start where, like, even though I've been in the space for 10 years, my first 2 years, I barely made anything, like a couple thousand a month. It wasn't until I started my Instagram growth agency where you and I met that I was like, oh, wow, I have something here. And that was created in Miami because I was staying with somebody that was doing a lot better than me. And every single day I saw him show up consistently, sell something high ticket. And I was like, what is this guy doing that's different than me? And the first thing I realized is like, all right, so we're working the same amount of time, but I'm selling a $50 service. He was selling a $2,000 service. And so I immediately that night hit the drawing board, increased my prices. And that moment on, I had a $1,500 package. And the first person I pitched was like, yeah, I want that. And I was like, oh, what the heck? I just made a lot of money. And then again and again. And I still remember vividly, I was laying in this twin bunk bed. I was on the top, and I closed a guy for $1,600 from the DMs, just sending DMs at 3 a.m. because I was awake, he was awake. He paid the invoice in the DMs, and I had a $3,100 day because somebody earlier paid $1,500. And I was 20 years old at the time, 19 and a half, 20. I don't remember the specific age. But I remember that moment specifically where I was like, wow, my life is forever changed. Because I'm like, I didn't make 3,000 in a day at that, or in a month at that point. Yeah. Like making 3,000 in a day, I was like, geez, I didn't know what to do with all that money. And so the first thing you do is you fly your ex-best friend down, you fly your girlfriend down, and you blow all the money. And then you get back home and you're like, wow, I have no more money. And that's really where I started my actual business, was realizing everything I realized in Miami, staying at his house. And a lot of the principles I do follow come from where my start actually happened, which is here. And you and I met at the Sushi Sake on Biscayne Boulevard. You pulled up with a at the time I thought it was real, like Gucci or Louis Vuitton. I'm like, dang, is that real? And you're like, no, it's fake.
It's from Vietnam. It was made in Vietnam. You heard?
And I was like, I didn't even know, because you have a good personal brand. And when you and I first met, I was like, dude, this guy is like an Asian millionaire. Like he comes from generations, generations. I'm like, dude, this guy's gonna get me paid. And we meet up at Sushi Sake, and you were funny, and I don't even really remember what we chatted about there. We just were kind of hanging out, eating food, because Sushi Sake is one of my favorite restaurants in Miami.
One thing that I always remember from you, that being in this online space, that I think you helped me get into and you helped me build. I remember two things. Let me say the first thing.
I'd love to hear them.
I was always scared to charge higher, and I was always comfortable with the base rate of like 200.
200.
So
yeah.
200 was like my first thing, because I was like, oh, I'm working in the restaurant. Okay, I go to the gym in the morning. I work on my online business. I try and match what I'm making at the restaurant, which is 200. And I thought that was good. In my eyes, that was good. Yeah. I thought, oh, I'm just doubling what I'm making at work. Great. That's 400 a day, times that by, 365, days. I thought that was a six-figure salary. And then you're like, no, why don't you charge higher? And you're like, pay me. And I was like, I've never paid anyone this amount, which was in the four-figure range.
Yeah.
And then
2,000
it was. I thought it was 5 in my head.
It was 2. It was a baby number. I didn't even know about high ticket until.
Well, I thought it was a lot for me. I was like, oh my God, I got so like. But you're like, trust me, believe in the process. We did it in a week.
Yeah.
And you're like, wow, oh my God. And then later on, as the years continued, it went to 1,000. And then it went to 1,500, and then it went to 2,000. Now it's at a point of like a range of like 35. And I still feel like, not every day, but I feel like, oh wow, now I'm comfortable at that level.
Yeah.
What's he gonna put me on next year?
I mean, we've sold $25,000 packages together.
Yeah, but like the normal standard of like,
yeah.
Of a program where it's not one-to-one mentoring, but it's more like a program cost. Yeah. I always thought 1,500. Oh, it's chill, it's easy. Not too many refunds, disputes, going on there. But you did put me on to the next level, so I appreciate you on that. And then another thing that one of my good mates in England just said was like, Joey, you're actually winning. I was like, why? He says, because you're retarded and your friend's smart, so just go work with smart people.
Who told
and I was
you that?
like, Tom Kirby.
Tom, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Thomas said that. And I was like, oh, that's great. I said, I
Yeah.
can still be a retard and still make money?
Yeah.
This is amazing. So I didn't have to do like
It
too
goes
much
back
of
to
the
the
thinking.
people you put yourself around.
And yeah, I was like, okay, I'll just keep putting myself around
yeah.
Alec, you know.
Yeah, I always think
and,
you get the better end of the stick in this relationship. So
Yeah, but someone's got to put the stick in the hole. So
Someone's
you know,
gotta
and that's-
do it.
That's not
And-
Isaiah, is
and
it?
might as well
brother?
be
I tend to miss
It's
a
not
lot.
Isaiah.
I tend
so.
to miss a lot, yeah.
So I remember
come on.
specifically after I charged you for the sales coaching. I remember like a year later, you told me, you're like, I was actually hurt that you sold me because I thought we were friends and I didn't realize. And so how has your mindset changed now after years of like understanding like I have to pay for value? How's your mind changed from like a place of looking for a handout to now looking for value adds?
Yeah, 100%. It's changed massively, bro. I think being in a place where I was trying to, you know, when we separated, you know, I had a little divorce that time, I guess, or I guess I went over to Asia.
It wasn't a negative. It's just
It wasn't
relation-
really a negative issue, was it?
Businesses fail. It happens.
Yeah, business fails. We want to just do our own things, and I wanted to go to Asia, and I wanted to start something for myself. At the time, I wasn't getting off the way I thought I was going to get off, and so for me, I was in a limbo. And then when you came to me and said, "Hey, you have to pay this amount of money," I was like, "What? Like, come on, man! I thought we were this, that, the other." But I remember that you did take time to grow yourself. You did take multiple. You spent a lot on yourself. You spent a lot on how to learn new skills, automations, back of the house stuff, and I'm over here trying to do whatever I'm doing. And so, yeah, I did feel some type of way during that time, and it still lingered inside of me. I thought, oh, I could get rid of it because the amount was so high. I just thought, fucking hell.
I wasn't even talking about the first amount. I wasn't even saying the second time. But
Huh? Oh.
I wasn't even talking about the second time. The first time you were upset too.
Was I upset?
Yeah, you said
okay.
that. Yeah, you posted it on a story. I remember.
Maybe because, with friends and business, I thought, oh, maybe
It's
he's my
tough,
friend
yeah.
first. And
Well,
then,
okay, the second time. So the second time wasn't 2,000. It was 30,000. So just to make him not sound like an absolute poon crying over 2,000. So I understand why you were upset during the time, but now that you've gotten past that, I mean, you've said it multiple times, but I mean, like, what is the value of like having like paying for speed? Because like no matter what it is, whether it's for your program, my program, et cetera, that's what they're paying for is speed. And so why is that so valuable? Looking back, instead of having the emotion, looking at it logically, why is that so valuable?
Because success loves speed. And I think if I wanted to hit my goals quicker, faster, sooner, I should have paid in advance, And then I broke it down to myself, okay, well, I am paying, later on when I did make my ROI back and more profit after that, which you helped me do, I look back and think, damn, that was nothing. But at the same time, I was in maybe just, small. I felt small back then because no money was coming in.
Yeah.
But I think you were right to charge me, even though we're friends. That it was reasonable for you to do that, even though we're friends, but friends in business, can be separated. You were always there as well. You were busy. I was in Asia doing my thing, but you were always there as a friend. But yeah, I think I needed that, and I think you pushed me because I did say, I remember that conversation. You're like, how much do you want to make living in Thailand? I was like, I just make 2-3K a month, and you're like, dude, that's it. Joey, you were fucking way more than that, and I didn't see that because maybe I was living in a place where you didn't really need much.
Yeah.
I was living in like that Bali, hey, everyone go to Southeast Asia, go make $2,000-$3,000 a month and live. But to be honest, I do want to be rich. I deserve to be rich. And we deserve to be rich, and we came to a place where we should grow.
Yeah.
And I think you pushed me to the level where I need to grow, and I thank you for that every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's always about raising the ceiling because, like, if you wouldn't have ever done that, first of all, your financial thermostat would never increase. If you've never spent 30,000, how can you expect to charge 30,000? If you've never spent 1,000, how can you expect to charge 1,000?
Yeah. So you show me the wave.
Yeah.
You paved the way for me, for retards like me to get in and be, oh yeah, come on, and then I paved the way for other people at least to show them that what's possible for them. Like today,
Yeah.
I showed someone my bank account, right? Mr. Handsome, and he was like, "Whoa, I can't believe you did that."
Yeah.
And it's like kind of like a flex to show how much you spent and how much you earned, and show that if I'm doing it, then I'm a proof of the pudding of like you can do it too. And listen, I have balls to do something as well. So should you as well. And then I pave the way for other people. So yeah, you put me on, and I'm scared. Other people are scared too, and hopefully I put them on as well. And it's just ever you know, a cycle of raising the bar.
I kind of
as we
want to
need
dive into that though, like with the pain, with the friend and the business relationship, because I think a lot of people believe like, hey, if you run a restaurant, you know,
Give me a discount.
give it to me for free,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
But as a friend, it's like I think I was telling Big Trung over there, right? It's like if I ever needed true consulting from Alec, I would pay him the most I could because I respect his abilities and his value that he brings. I would not ask for a discount. I'm not saying anything against you, but I'm just saying in the ideology of if your friend has a business, you should be their biggest supporter.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Everybody here, right? Like you should respect them and say, I'm going to support your business. How much do I need to pay, right? Like, let me pay the most. So
Yeah, but also if you don't pay, people that pay attention, right? And like when you were out in Asia, I tried helping you out by putting you in a sales role for Create clients, and you were kind of messing around. You were hanging out. You didn't really want to be doing all that, which is because you were living your life, right? But then once you paid, it's like, well, now I got to pay attention because otherwise, what do? Just take the L. And it's like that's the whole reason that I believe in charging. Like even if I needed help from like one of my friends, I want them to charge me because I need to take it serious. Yeah. If it's not a big, there's been so many transactions I've done that weren't big enough that I just completely just like forget about because I'm like I don't really care.
Yeah.
Like a $500 course I will never watch, but a $500,000 course, first of all, I'd be bankrupted. But second of all, I wouldn't. I would definitely be watching. I'd definitely
100%.
take that serious. And so, you know, moving on to speaking about paying people, Isaiah, I love the story you told Alec in the hot tub. I would love to get that on camera of how we got introduced, what the from A to Z to what you had to
That
end
shit
up
was funny, huh?
doing.
Yeah,
No, that
that
stuff
shit's
cracks
funny.
me up, and I'd love to see that.
So yeah, you know, a lot of people know my story, I guess, or within the network. But so
All 500,000 people watching
all
this.
the 500,000 Asians, brother. Yeah, I got my start in. I always like to talk about martial arts, right? That's my passion in the beginning. I always bring that up because that was a job has never been my first like go to. It's always been like, hey, I want to do something I love, and I want to do something outside of working a 9 to 5. I want to be something, right? The American dream. And so I got into martial arts. I did that for a good while, 6 years consistently, where a job was always secondary. And, you know, it's hard. So I stopped doing that. And then I got a career, right? And then during that time, you see social media, you see kids making money, right? You see, you know, and I was like, I want to do that. I had just gotten I had gotten out of a relationship as well. And then I got COVID and I got really depressed. And I seen this fucking kid driving in this I-8 in a town called Fargo, North Dakota, where something like that is...
Who's that prick?
Yeah, something like that is not... I never even seen a car like that. And so I was like... I remember I was driving home an hour from my job, and I see this kid walk in, or start driving, and I'm like, who the fuck is this kid? And I remember I was driving, and he looked over at me, and I was just like, what a prick, like, fucking little dickhead, right? And he drives off into the sunset, right? And so I go home, and I do my thing. And then a mutual friend, actually relating back to martial arts, posted him, because you must have just gotten the car or something, or you either had just
Yeah, I think I just got it,
had just started linking with Jason is his name,
I remember.
and he's like, oh, this kid's shitting on me, right? Like he posted his car, and Alex like right, and I'm like, oh, it's that kid, and so I follow him, and then I got COVID, so I started watching his stories as I was laying bedridden, and I was like, whoa, like cool social media stuff. There's kids in this city that are doing that. I really thought it was like something that was happening. In reality, it was just him. Just a kid who went to Miami, right? And got the lifestyle. And so I'm following him. I start getting better from COVID, and I'm feeling this motivation. You know, depression, being down bad really helps you, you know, motivates you. And I said, I said,
It just doesn't motivate me. I'm always fucking down.
No, in failure we ponder.
That's what I
In
mean.
Success we party.
I was pondering.
In success we party. In failure we ponder.
I agree with
Yeah,
that.
what he said.
And so he did a call to action. I don't remember, but you remember the call to action.
Barely. I'd have to find it, but it was basically just like I don't even remember actually.
Something
There's three types of people: those that watch shit happen, those that make shit happen, and those that look around and say, "What the fuck just happened?"
So I'm like,
If you're tired,
if you
if
wanna
you're
make
tired of
money,
looking
yeah.
around and say, "What the fuck just happened?" DM me the
DM
word.
me,
blah, blah.
right? So I said, "Fuck it, I'll DM him," and he didn't respond because I'm just a dumbass, right? And so then,
Well, no, the call to action was for like agency clients.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
He
it
DM'd me a
wasn't a
call to
business-
action to like be on my team.
yeah.
Which was in my bio, I'm pretty sure, or something. And I was like, this kid's not an agency client.
Yeah. So then I DM him again, and nothing. And so I go to his link. I book a call, nothing. Then he
Wow.
finally DMs me.
No
No
He ghosted
showed.
you.
No
Yeah,
showed.
nothing. He didn't do anything, and he finally DMs me and he says, "What are you looking to do on Instagram?" And I say the most humbling thing, and I say, "I'm just looking to make money online. I was wondering if you could tell me." And he said, "Book a call."
Double booking, baby.
Book a call.
No, you said you booked twice when you were telling
Yeah.
Alec, and I don't remember any of this, but
I booked
'cause I forget,
a
but-
couple times. I know I reached out to you like a multiple times. And he's like, book a call. So I book a call. I go to work. And he's like, I remember I was driving home, and it's an hour away where I worked. It was at the post office. And I remember I was nervous. I was like, this kid's going to call me, you know? And so he calls me. He said, "Hey, what's up? This is Alec, blah, blah, blah." And he's like, I don't even remember really truly how the conversation goes. And I remember he was like, the one thing that stood out to me was, dude, I work like 4 hours today. I'm not working any longer. Like,
You
type
said that
shit.
to him?
Yeah.
Probably.
He's like,
I was lazy back
He
then.
was making a lot of
Yeah.
money, and I was like, "Oh, dude, you're on your way to buying a private jet." And he's like, "Yeah, maybe." And so he's like, "If you want to work with me, dude, it's $1,000." And I was like, "Oh," and I said, "Give me a day to think about it." Knowing now, obviously, he's probably like, dumbass kid, like whatever, right? Like he's not gonna whatever. I pondered in my little, I was living in the ghetto of the area that I lived in. I was pondering for an hour, like a few hours, walking back and forth. How am I gonna get 1,000? So I just simply said, I'll just ask the bank to give me an extra loan. And so I got the loan, and I remember texting him saying, "How do I pay you?" And he said, "Dang, boy's making big moves." And he said, "Cash, baby," knowing now why, right? And so he's like, "I'll pick you up in the I-8." I still have a video of that on him picking
awesome.
me up in the I-8.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I never been in a foreign car or a car with butterfly doors. And I get in, and I remember I didn't know how to close it. And I shook
didn't know
his
how to
hand.
open it.
I shook his hand like this, like he tried to dap me up. And I shook his hand like, because I didn't know what to do. And he's like, "What's up?" And so we chat. And then he's talking to me about things he's driving. He's going fast, right? I'm like, hell yeah. And so we're talking about different things. And he's like, "Yeah, you should go into the bank and get the money." And I come out, and he's like, "Yeah, I like the older $100 bills. I don't like the new ones so much. They stick together." And so that was it, right? I started getting with him, and then I got into a car accident, but I was lazy as well, and he, shooed me away, and I came back like a few months later because I had connected another friend to him, and I saw the movement, and I wanted to get back with it, and so that's where the whole Credit Academy Mastermind drive down occurs.
I guess that segues into it. I love that story too. So if we're looking for the memories,
all right, so
dive from the top on that one
You owe us money from that one too.
Yeah, I remember.
you never paid
You
for
didn't pay, you little
anything.
prick.
He was like, "Joey is kind of feeling some sort of way that you're gonna go down there, so I'll figure it out." Because you're like, "He's not paying. What the hell?"
Everyone pays.
Yeah, but he brought up, we need some people that Alexis Noyola, or right? That's
Dude, do not drop names. God dang.
and whoever that guy is.
Your cousin.
They paid, but they need to get down there.
Yeah.
Can you grab them? And I said, fuck it, sure, whatever. And so that's when the Hertz play was going on. You remember the Hertz play?
Travel hacking, yep.
The VPN.
Yeah.
And so,
Explain what that means. What's a play?
So Chris P, shout out Chris P. He's like, you can do a VPN and basically get a rental car for cheaper. And
$10
for like 10
$20 a
30
day.
bucks. It was like
Yep.
something like that.
So
And
internet hack.
I VPN'd in Japan,
dorks.
rented a Tesla, not knowing that there's two different Teslas. I got the short range Tesla.
Versus the long range.
So me and a former
Long road trip range.
me and a former partner, right, fly to Tennessee. That's a whole other story as well. That set up.
That one's not as funny. Just keep it moving. Keep it moving.
And so get the Tesla, drive from Tennessee to North Carolina to pick these boys up, and right away we get into the car and I realize, oh yeah, this is only gonna make us like a couple hours to North Carolina. And the charging actually takes like an hour to 2 hours. So a 16-hour travel took 26 hours. And I had like sickness from flying. And so it missioned us. We were supposed to pick these boys
Wait,
up.
you can't stopping at the restroom every
Yeah, it was
hour or
horrible.
two.
In these shitty ass bathrooms in Memphis, shout out Trung, or wherever that state is.
You heard?
And I was just blasting the toilet, and it was horrible. And so we picked these boys up. They were late because they were waiting. You know, I kind of give us a bit of blame because we were late. Like they lived an hour out, and so we finally got there around 8 a.m. Pissed. We never met them in person. They're like, "What's up, boys?" And we just didn't say anything to them. We were just like, "Get in the car." We get in the car for like an hour. We didn't say anything to them. And then we take our trip all the way down from Charlotte, North Carolina, all the way down to freaking Fort Lauderdale. And that was a mission as well. That took some time.
Nice little 26
The
hours.
boy
You made
GM, he started scaring the boys because he started drinking and smoking while he was driving. They're like, "You sure you could do that?" And they're like, he's like, "Yeah, it's good." And I was just like, God damn. No insurance on the Tesla. And so, yeah, every time we had to stop, it was about a 2-hour charge. We finally got there after the first day of Mastermind.
11 p.m.
I remember you saying, "You're finally in Florida." And then you're like, "You look really skinny." Because I was blasting toilets. I had a stomach.
Probably lost
I had
6 pounds on the way
I had
down.
a stomach problem. And then, yeah, that was it. I went to the Mastermind and it was great.
That one was fun. That was fun.
That was a cool time.
Yeah,
I
no, that
enjoyed
was fun. Had the mansion, sold the VIP tickets. I'll never forget being sick with COVID before the Mastermind. Joey's like, "Dude, we gotta sell more tickets, dude. We gotta sell tickets." And I'm like, "Dude, it's like the day before Christmas. No one's buying." And he's just absolutely trying to hammer the phone, trying to get everyone still.
So people came though, yeah.
I
A
think
lot
so.
of people came.
Hey, we did. We
Oh,
had
yeah,
like 50 people.
75 people
Yeah.
show up.
That was a
Yeah.
lot of people.
Welcome, brother.
All in
That
a
was
mansion
awesome.
at an Airbnb.
welcome
honestly.
to the party, baby. It's
It was
just getting
great.
started.
It was great.
No, that was a good
That's
time.
what we love.
That was a
Changed my
good
That's what we
time.
love doing.
Open my eyes, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was a good time.
Yeah.
And then you guys, so there's been Vegas, Florida,
Colombia.
Colombia.
And now it could be Texas in the
Texas
future.
is your next your
Yeah.
next hope for a
Yeah.
mastermind. Where out in Texas?
I'm thinking Austin.
Not Houston.
Houston.
Austin is awesome.
Depends. I haven't been to Austin, but I'd
Oh, wow.
love to
Well,
go
since
there.
we can clip this now, hard launch it. What dates? Throw some dates out there. What
Okay,
dates are
so
you thinking?
guys, we're thinking about having the ASS. You know, it stands for the Asian Sales Summit. We're gonna have it between July 31st to August the 3rd. So if you guys
just
are
thought of that on the moment.
in the works for that, you know, we want to have the #1 Asian American Sales and Entrepreneurship Conference here in the United States. You know, we went over to Colombia. Now we're coming over to North America, and we're gonna take over. We want to have special guests such as Jackie Chan over, Lucy Liu from Charlie's Angel, baby, and also Timothy Dedeghetto, my Thai brother from another mother. So let's go, man. And
That's a hard launch.
it's a hard launch. Depends on how hard you want to go and how soft you are. But
Okay.
I think you made me
Okay.
dream big. So, you know, we have to dream big here. Why not? It's possible. And I think we can do it for the boys, you know, for the boys that never said no.
Yeah.
So let's rock and roll, baby.
I love that.
There you go.
Texas is
Yeah.
awesome.
No, that's sick. And then after that, or before that, you're going to be in Peru.
Yeah. So
Why are you
know,
on this digital nomad kick? What do you like about travel? Like, why are you out there everywhere? Like, what's inspiring that?
I think the kicker is that, you know, the reasons I always look back at like why I wanted to make money online. And the whole reasons for me wanting to make money online was actually to go see my good mates in England. I used to go live in England and really travel to explore. I think for me, that's how I get the most fulfillment. And so when I was around 22 years old, I actually went to Thailand for 1 month and I partied my ass off. But at the same time of partying my ass off, I was also alone at the same time. And I just was always much more happier, always had more clarity, always enjoyed life more abroad. And I saved up $5,000 and I blew it in a month. And I was like, that's
In
fucking-
Thailand? Jeez,
in
you were
Thailand,
balling
yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Wow.
I spent a lot. I gave a lot away, you know, and had such a great time. And I think
Is that where you were a monk for a little bit, or was that here?
I was a monk in Thailand for
Thailand.
3 weeks, and I was also a monk in California for
Oh, wow.
4 weeks. Yeah. I ordained as a novice monk,
Wow.
which is in Thai culture and Thai Buddhism. And yeah, it was a good time.
Nice, yeah.
But yeah,
awesome.
I think the best reasons I think now is that, you know, I keep seeing more and more content popping up is like, you know, the West is dying and the West is failing and the West this and the West that. And I was like, what are guys talking about? So 2 years ago, I made the journey to kind of sell my car, get rid of my lease, and make the attempt to go to Southeast Asia first, go to
It's
Thailand.
been 2 years. Wow.
And I have that bug now of just wanting to be abroad, but making US dollars. And the way we have an online business, I never really had that opportunity back in the day, right? It was all about materialistic stuff. But now I like to just travel and see more as I make more as well. And, you know, living abroad too, my expenses are lower, but my quality of life increases too. So being a nomad, I think, is just super cool because, you know, there's the broke backpackers, and then there's the entrepreneurs and the nomads that are actually dialed in and focused. And I think I just feel more focused when I'm doing the things I want to do to get to that next level.
Do you remember what I told you when you were out in Thailand living as a digital nomad?
You told me many things.
Well, no, like the one that really inspired you to start making money. You told me that I told you that you were trying to live like a digital nomad, but you were making money and living like you were on vacation, and you weren't actually living like a digital nomad. Because
Yeah, I was.
you
I
were
was messing
you were
around.
vacationing,
I was
but you weren't a
vacationing for
digital
year.
nomad. So
yeah,
how
I
do
was
you
vacationing for a year.
how do you
yeah.
separate how do you separate that if you want to be a digital nomad, knowing what you know now as opposed to how you were doing it before? How would you go about it differently if you were to go somewhere as a digital nomad for a year? What would you do differently this time?
Okay, so now that I've kind of got some digital nomad experience underneath my belt as a lifestyle entrepreneur that, you know, works online, it's about the routine and the calendar. So blocking off times on your calendar. I live everything off the calendar now,
Live and
so
die.
to say, right? And so I have to prioritize a calendar and make a routine of, okay, I'm gonna get up at this time, I get up at this time, and I think you've helped me create a routine for myself of showing up on a 9:30 a.m. team meeting. After that, doing what I need to do and time blocking stuff so that way I can prioritize a set routine, right? And then having the free time on the weekends to do what I want to do and going through that kind of style.
Yeah.
So routine helps me out. Even if someone like me doesn't like a routine, I don't like a routine, but I need a routine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's important to have that.
They're just so-
Otherwise,
yeah,
I'll be all over the place.
We're just like dogs. We just need consistency every single day. Like dogs need to eat at the same time. They need to go to the bathroom at the same time. Like as much as we try to say we're better than dogs, like we're
Animals.
really not. Like
Yeah.
we need consistency. We need routine. Otherwise, we'll just fall off and not really be the best version of ourselves. I was actually just listening to a motivational speech today, and it's like if whatever higher power you believe in gave you a Ferrari, right? And all of a sudden you started putting like cigarette, like you were smoking a cigarette and you were just shoving it in the chair, like ruining it completely, etc. You'd probably be like upset that you gave him the Ferrari, right? Because you'd be like, why aren't you taking care of it? And it's like, that's the same thing with our body and like our life as a whole. It's like, we're given the best opportunity on this planet, but a lot of people just mess around. They don't take it serious. They don't work as hard as they can. They just fuck off. And then all of a sudden they don't get the results they want. And it's like, why aren't they taking care of the best thing that they were given that's worth more than a Ferrari, even though they don't realize it? Because time is the only thing in this world that's
You can't get back.
you'll never get back, and it ends. It's a limited supply. We only have money. They just keep printing every single day. The U.S. is in $40 trillion of debt. Like they're just printing that every day, but time never comes back, and
Yeah.
so many people just waste it.
Yeah, I agree. Shout out to you, bro, as well, real quick. I just want to say, when I did get to Thailand, I was talking to Isaiah a lot about toxic relationships, because he helped me out as well. So if we look back, thank you, bro.
Yeah.
Also, thank you to you too, Alec. But Isaiah came down before I left to Thailand. He came to my apartment. He stayed with me. You told him to stay as well. You said it would be good for you. Stay with Joey in Fort Lauderdale. With my ex.
2 weeks, yeah.
And he stayed, and he kind of like woke me up. And I think I'm gonna say it here. I'm like, oh my god. You dated a single mom too? Me too. Oh my God. You have the same problems that I have. And so I felt like I was relating to Isaiah, right? And that's what changed.
Yeah.
And because I had Thailand in the back of my head, like, oh, I'm gonna figure out this thing. He gave me a lot of advice too, but you actually got into my head of like, oh shit, bro. You're like dating someone toxic. Like, what does toxic even mean? I don't understand. What is domestic violence?
Relatability is so important. It's like I can't relate to your experiences because I've been in a committed relationship since I was fresh out the womb as an adult.
You don't date single moms, right?
I've never dated a single mom. No,
brother.
I've only
Brother,
really
let's
dated
there,
once.
brother. Yeah, you're a real one.
Shout out
Relating.
Allie. but I want to dive into something for you, right? We're going back on memories. It's like, what motivated you to want to take on this lifestyle and
What does this lifestyle mean?
this entrepreneur lifestyle where it's more than just working a job and really having that self-growth and saying, hey, I want to make a lot of money. I want to do more than the average. I want to, one of the stories is he went to a little mastermind in Vegas at 17.
A networking event. It wasn't a mastermind.
Whatever, right? At 17
MLM
event. It's like, you're 17 in a hotel with a bunch of grown men. It's like, what motivated you to get to want to say, this is what I want to do?
Well, honestly, like my mom's pretty crazy. Like if a 17-year-old came to me and they were like, actually, it might have been like 16 and a half, whatever I was. If they came to me and they're like, hey, I'm going to go to this MLM event. First of all, MLM, red flag as a 17-year-old. I had to use her social security number to get paid. But anyway, if a 17-year-old came to me and they were like, hey, I'm going to go stay with like 9 grown men, all in a 2-bedroom hotel, by the way. So like they're all broke as like a joke. We're all staying in the same hotel room. I'd be like, dude, that makes no sense. You're not flying across the country with no money, no blah, blah, blah. But I did it anyway. And it thankfully didn't end up in kidnapping. But, it's always kind of just been something that's inspired me to have. I've always been inspired by the digital nomad life, like be able to make money from wherever, whenever, however. I've never really, now that I'm older, had a desire to take advantage of that. But for me, it's really like there is no plan B. Like I dropped out of college. Like I have a lot of bills I have to pay for. I have people I have to take care of. And like, it's like, if not making money online, if not making independent money, how else do you make money in this world? Like, I don't really know. And it's always confused me when banks are like, a W-2 job is secure, because the only thing that's really secure is what I do every single day. It's like the actions that I control. That's what creates my security, not what like somebody else did to create my security. And so for me, I've always felt more secure being independent than even the idea of having a job, considering I haven't had a job since I was 16 years old. But
crazy.
It's always been like just a much more secure feeling, because I would bet on myself way more than I bet on anyone else. And if I would choose somebody else in a bet, then I probably have something I should work on, and I should work on that. So that's kind of where it always comes from. I mean, what about you guys? Why do you choose to deal with the BS that has to happen in order to make the online money?
I mean, I don't really deal with the BS. You guys do. I have a great life. You guys deal with the behind the scenes. I'm more the,
What about you, Isaiah?
Life's great. Thank you for that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like I said, right? It's like the idea of just having. Everybody always talks about free time, but that ceiling of, you watch movies like Wolf of Wall Street. It's like that money is. You want to make that money. You want to make that amount of money. You want to. Obviously, initially, it's like I want a yacht. I want a mansion. I want to do whatever I want. I want the beautiful women, right? But then reality hits, and it's like I just want freedom. I love being there are some days even in Fargo where I was like, I'm at a coffee shop. I'm gonna go to lunch, go home, and then I can go somewhere else again if I want.
Yeah.
And I'm not clocking in. I don't have to clock in and feel depressed for 30 minutes at a 30-minute lunchtime and deal with people I don't like. Right? It's like I can do whatever I want. I can go wherever I want.
Yeah.
I can fly out for the weekend. I can work there. It's true. If you can be anywhere, but if you work, you basically you can work anywhere, and if you're dedicated, you can still make money, and it doesn't really matter. You truly need the laptop. I know that kind of people feel like, oh, you don't need that much time, but it's like you have to have real productive work wherever you go.
For me personally, I think the laptop lifestyle was a scam to me, because for me to accelerate my growth, I need to be around people.
Yeah.
Like, people motivate me to accelerate at a higher standard, and I want to. I like the camaraderie.
When you say people, like people that are doing better than you, or people that are doing.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I don't care. I just love being around people. As much as I say I want to be on my own, I really don't want to be on my own. I love being around, you guys, and having to do something and talking shit,
Right.
I love talking shit, and I just want to be around people. Whether I'm making money or not, it's just I know my environment, because I remember doing the laptop lifestyle, and you're in another state, I'm in Florida. I wasn't that happy about it. I was just doing it because, oh, cool, it's something to do. I'm not getting food like I was at the restaurant, but it's something to do. But I did feel a sense of like loneliness of being an entrepreneur, but now I have a team.
100%, yeah.
I'm actually very grateful to have a team. And then being abroad allows me to connect with other entrepreneurs, and I know, oh wow, I have a solid team. And most people who are living, a laptop entrepreneurship lifestyle don't have a team. And I think that's where they separate themselves from actually getting ahead, but also maybe feeling empty inside.
Yeah. I'm actually pretty lucky, and like I was like 90% introverted on all my tests when I was a kid. And then I realized like, okay, I need to like communicate with people, otherwise I'm going to be broke for the rest of my life. And so I like really like worked on that, and then I became like 55% introverted, 45% introverted, where you're like probably 90% extroverted. And so for me, like the just working by myself was like something that came easy, because like I prefer to be alone sometimes. And like obviously everyone needs like social, but like even like just recently when you guys were out in Colombia, I was just vibing in my own office. I have my dogs. I'm just chilling in there, just working, like getting stuff done. And then, now that I'm here, I'm like, oh, I get a little distracted. Like I'm not as productive as I could be, et cetera. And it's like, I should be grateful for the fact that like I am introverted, because then I can do those things. And it's like, that kind of leads into like focusing on what you're good at and then outsourcing the rest, right? Where it's like, just because you're extroverted and I'm introverted doesn't mean that I should go try to do what you do as an extrovert, or you should go do what I do as an introvert. Like sometimes it's just about like finding who's good at what you're not. Mm-hmm. And that's what I've always tried to do in this life, is like just try to like focus on what I can do as good as I can, and then outsource everything that I don't want to do. And so I think you've become a master at that now with what we got going on here. But it's like, when you really look at a business, if you're looking at the business as a whole, how do you break down a business when it comes to what you do versus what you don't want to do? Like, how do you see a business and like what you're good at, and how do you focus on those skills in day to day?
That's a question for me. I'm going to pass it on to Isaiah, because
no, like what do you see as like actions that you do on a day to day basis that like produce results?
Okay, so my job is, I guess, my role, let's just say, is to be CEO, to overlook on some things. But the actual thing that can build this online business is to, number one, I feel like I'm great with people. I have good personal skills. I'm very charismatic, and people love me and adore me in terms of looking up to me as a leader. Speaking, I think I do okay with speaking. And selling as well, sales. I think sales is the ability to go and show that you have some sort of ability in the marketplace to go and obtain lots of money, right? Sales is the number one way on how people interact and have transactions and make money to go make a living. And so I think those skills for me personally, leadership, marketing, and sales, is what I can kind of bring to that table to accelerate. The back of the office stuff, I'll leave that for you boys and for someone else out there to go and accelerate.
Now, if you look at a business, how do you piece it together, and what do you find that you're good at, and what do you focus on?
Me,
the person I'm looking at,
yeah. When you see a business and you kind of That's a tough question, right? It always goes down to like, yeah, are your clients satisfied with what they're doing, right? How many times are you touching them, right? Each week, each day.
Whoa, getting a little-
What, brother?
It's like- it's like
you
if
like
you're-
touching our clients?
If you're not,
Epstein, where you at, buddy?
If you're not checking in on them, that is something that needs to happen, right? Like a daily thing. It's not a weekly thing. You should be checking on your clients daily, even if they're not responding. It's like, hey, what's going on? What's up?
So one thing that Alec kind of taught me was just, it's marketing, it's sales, fulfillment, and it's just bring in leads, marketing, leads, and fulfillment, right? Just
Look at
like
this guy.
any other, like I
good.
learned.
Look at
Like,
this
you think
guy.
I'm fucking dumb out here? I listen, players. Okay.
Marketing, sales, fulfillment, operations. That's
Exactly.
it. And then HR, but that's higher level.
Can learn that in business school or you learn it in the real world.
Where do you guys need HR? I don't know.
Right.
That's a different day. Yeah, no, exactly. No, I like it. And so, on that topic, then, understanding it from that level, you're very good at the marketing side. You're very good at the sales side, not so much the fulfillment side, right? And so when it comes to outsourcing that, how do you guys find your relationship dynamic?
I think, to be honest, it's an average dynamic because I think a salesperson's job is to give that that over expectation of like this is going. I mean, obviously there's levels, but this is going to get you out of this position and into this next position. So when they come over, when we say you need to put in work and things like that, it is a bit.
Yeah, it's a reality shock.
It's a reality shock,
For some
especially when
reason,
they say, Joey,
wherever they get this reality shock from, I don't know.
Joey said I'm going to make 10K this month. I only
I
need
never
to show
said that.
I only need to show up to a call once a week. It's like, hey, probably not. You need to show up every day, and we got to really get to work here because you have no personality, kind of thing, right? So
how do you feel this is always like a common thing in the industries. It's like the sales to fulfillment issues where sales is always like, let me get the deal done. Fulfillment's like, we probably shouldn't have closed that deal.
Yeah.
Where's the happy medium for that?
I think we're still figuring it out.
Oh, actually, no, I have a better. So who's been the person? Like, would you say? I'm just gonna say businesses, but CC, XV, or AS?
Me. You're telling me,
Which one has the toughest, like, hey, the sales definitely probably gave a little bit higher expectations than
It's
expected?
definitely ass.
Okay, that's the one.
It's definitely ass. The expectations are insane.
I mean, the bigger the booty, come on.
Yeah.
I guess.
The bigger the ass, the bigger the
The
expectations.
bigger the ass, the
you
bigger the
heard.
shit, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
that
no,
talks
for
about
sure.
shit.
For
Accent
sure.
shit.
It's tough, yeah, for sure. But CSMing is tough. Especially when it's B2C.
What's CSM, just for
Client Success Manager. You got to make sure the client is success, and you got to manage that. So
yeah.
Communication's key in every relationship.
All of them.
Business and personal. It's communication.
Yeah.
So
No. That's it's definitely one of those things where it's like finding the balance, and even though there is no balance in this life ever, it's like finding like it's just training at the end of the day,
it's
and
true.
like there's always things that we can control to do better, to do worse, etc.
Yeah.
We just need to
Yeah, and
dial
I
in
think
those controllables.
for me and Isaiah, I think we have to learn how to,
no, there's a lot to learn.
about one another, about how he pisses me off and I can piss him off. And
What's the biggest thing that Isaiah's done that's pissed you off
Oh,
most in the
God.
last 6 months?
fucking
Let's hear a
No,
funny story.
business.
Business or personal?
We're not talking personal.
fucking, let's go into the personal first.
No.
The biggest
Never mind.
thing.
Yeah, like what's the biggest?
He ain't ever
God,
sharing.
he's a fucking
He's selfish.
dude. He's a fucking panicker, dude. Like, just
Yeah.
chill, brother. Like,
feel you,
everything's
yeah.
gonna be okay. Come here, baby. I'll cradle you like my little Aldo.
Yeah.
I'll always see in the WhatsApp you guys just going back. I'll just be like hanging out and like just doing stuff, and I look at my phone. There's like 30 WhatsApp notifications. You guys going back and forth, and I get a little chuckle out of those.
Just
Take it easy,
just
brother, you know?
relax, Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's in business.
What's the biggest thing Joey's done business wise to piss you off in the last 6 months?
6 months or
6 months.
6
Whichever one you want, honestly.
6 hours.
6 minutes?
It's,
Because I can piss you off
No,
right now.
one of the things it's like, you kind of have to respect the salesperson for doing what they need to do. They need to get.
Don't
their
answer
job.
like a politician. Get into it.
know,
I'm
Let's
just saying.
have some fun. Let's
I
look
just
at
want to
some
say
fun.
that though. I
Let's
just
look
want
at
to
some fun.
drop that and say you need to respect the salesperson on what they're trying to do. They're trying to get the job done. So if it's not too far fetched, I'm down to get after it. But if it's something that's like, hey, this guy's gonna take your job,
I mean, brother, are you down to
Then
share?
it's
You're
like,
not down to
what?
share. Are you down to share?
I don't even know what that means.
That one cracked me up. What were the initials that jumped on and said, Joey said, I'm going to take or I'm going to be his right-hand man.
Man, there was like a few, but yeah, there's been a few people that said I'm gonna be doing what you do, and it's like, all right, I guess I'm out the job. And you paid $500, great. So no, I don't know. It's a tough dynamic for sure.
All right, what's something I've done in the last 6 months that's pissed you guys off? You like that question?
Guys,
That pissed me off was
guys,
How much time do we have left, by the way, before we dive into that?
40 minutes.
Oh, wow. Where's did you see a clock?
Yeah, it's right there.
It's probably got
too
too
long. 40 minutes.
We got 4 more
Something that
minutes.
Alec has pissed me off, huh?
Yeah.
I can start first.
Go ahead.
Charging me $30,000.
That wasn't
no,
within the
that
last 6
pissed-
months. That wasn't within the last 6 months, but okay, continue.
Okay,
I guess.
well, all right. Well, 7 months then.
7
that pissed me
months?
off.
We've been doing this for
at
a
the
while.
time. Obviously, I was like, "Fuck," because it's like, you know, when you look at your account, you're like, "Oh, fuck," you know, wow. You love doing that shit. That pisses me off. Anyways,
Go on.
Yeah, so that, but
Go on, man.
honestly,
I was
not
gonna
a lot,
say-
really.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
That's I
Come
haven't
on, we
really
want
been.
something funny that I can laugh
Oh,
at
you
later
want something
on.
funny?
10 years, man. God.
You were saying you
Let
gave
me
us a
just piss
time
you
frame
off.
of 6 months.
You don't really.
Okay, what's the biggest time you've been pissed off? 5 years and 8 years.
Yeah,
from
yeah.
you.
Yeah, what have I done? No rebuttal, no objection.
Oh,
handling.
one thing that pisses me off. Every time I'm with you, the room always has to be so fucking cold. That pisses me off. Like everywhere I'm with you, like I don't live in Fargo, like mate. Like I live in Florida.
Negative 30.
And I always have to wear a jacket every time we go. Like this podcast room is
that's
cold
a jacket,
too.
by the way. That's a jacket for Joey, by the way. He's like, dang, I'm cold. Where's my jacket? And they put that thing on. I'm like, what the heck?
Still, I'm in Florida. I don't expect to be.
All right. I
So
respect that. I
you
respect
pissed
it.
me off by
All
putting
right, Isaiah,
that.
what you got? You got
Hold
a
on.
stack of years. We've
There's-
been in debates before.
It's been a lot of debates. Yeah, but to be honest, like, I don't mean to sound like
A politician,
an
'cause you
ass-
do.
an ass kisser or whatever you want to call it. But it's like,
I always turn out to be right.
yeah, there's, that actually is a massive one. This guy's like, I mean, that's the sales thing. It's like he's always got something. It's like, nah, that doesn't seem right. I don't trust you guys. I don't trust that shit. Like, we're humans. Yeah, we might make dumb mistakes, but you're not always right. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. You've definitely made me do a lot of things I don't want to do, and I might get pissed initially, but then it's like,
And you look back and you're like, wow, what a
It's
look
for the
look at
better.
the character I've built.
it's for the better. It's for the money, right?
They say if you have a kid and you want him to be strong, what do you have to do?
Make him
You have to make him do stuff he doesn't want to
Yeah,
do.
that's pretty much it. Yeah, I was gonna say shit they
What's
don't want to
something that?
do. I wouldn't ask him.
That you guys have done?
What's
Bro,
something that
there's
I've
every
done
day.
that pissed you off?
Every day.
Every day I wake up and I'm like, no, I'm just
No,
kidding.
you're not. I don't think every day,
Something
but I
you've
know
done
this
that.
a lot.
Anytime the cheap like mindset comes out from you, and like anytime, every single month we have a rev share deal. Every single month, right when the rev share deal hits. He's always like, hold on, those numbers aren't right. Let me go look at the spreadsheet. Let me go look at everything. He's like analyzing it, and then he's like, all right.
Yeah, like
fine.
we're scamming you.
Like
what
even
the
after
fuck?
8 years, he like feels like I'm scamming him. He's like, no, that number isn't right.
That's too much.
And then he had the audacity to say, I'm just looking at my bank account. It doesn't look like I made anything. And then we have access and we log in, and he just paid off his credit card. He just paid a bunch of bills, and I'm like, dude, you just paid like 20,000 of bills. That's why it looks short.
It's just being double aware, you know.
It's just like a
Double
cheap
aware.
mindset. That's all.
Or just
Double
being
aware.
Just let it flow.
observant,
Let
you
it
know?
flow. It's okay.
I mean, last month's, but whatever. We'll let that
Isaiah,
one
what's
go.
the biggest thing that's pissed me off? Let's see. I just get like relatively annoyed, like at the you know you're more on the pessimistic side
Yeah.
sometimes, and like even today I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Like I came in, I said, dude, you're
yeah.
pissing me off.
Yeah. You got
But
off
it's
to
like
me.
more from an accountability standpoint rather than like actual like anger.
That's what I mean,
I don't think I really get like too like heated where I'm like, screw this guy.
Yeah.
But for anyone.
I mean, there was that one time where I got sick and then I didn't cancel, and it was this horrible client, this female from Canada, and you were like either cancel it or show up to the call. And I was
pretty
I was
pissed.
like,
I
I
was
was
pretty
sick. And you're like, it doesn't matter, right? And so
I had forgot about that, but yeah.
yeah, that one I was just like, I was dead sick, you know.
But
what I
like
mean? So-
even if you're sick, it's like.
but I still showed up, and yeah,
Even if you're sick, you did. Maybe you should.
Just a bit.
I had to jump
Yeah,
on
yeah,
and
yeah.
take it. But like, it's even if you're sick, it's like as a man, you have to stick to your word. And it's like if something's
Yeah,
on your
that's a big
calendar,
thing.
just reschedule it.
Yeah.
Like it's not that hard to give somebody a notice, not
Yeah.
just you. Because
I
where I was
had
upset, I remember
assumed- I
that
had
you
assumed,
assumed I would
yeah.
just pick it up because
Yeah.
you texted, "Hey, I'm sick."
yeah.
To me, I'm like, okay, he said he's sick, but didn't say he's rescheduling
Yeah.
or anything, so he's gonna jump on.
Communication.
And then she texts in the chat like, "Where is everyone?" And
She was a
already,
headache. She was a
She was
headache
already a
client.
headache, and
Yeah.
that's what like really triggered it.
Yeah.
Which like kind of leads me into like a like principle of mine. It's like do as you say. It's like if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. If I give you my word, I'm going to give you my word. It's like if I say, hey, I'm going to do this, I do it. If I say,
Yeah.
hey, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do it. And
Yeah.
it's like I can't think of a single person I've looked in the eyes and said, hey, this is my
Yeah.
word, and not done it. And so for me, that's like just a big principle, and it always pisses me off because I always assume somebody is like on the same wavelength, and
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, what the heck? And
Yeah.
then that's when I'm like, dude, come on.
Yeah.
But it's more from like, again, accountability rather than like anger. It's like I just want people to be the best that they can be, especially when they're working with me. And like that's the part that really pisses me off is like when like I see you're slacking and I know your potential,
Yeah.
and I'm like, you don't need to be doing this.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I want to say here now too, like how thankful I am to have met you and be working with you consistently, and you be my best friend like every day. I truly am like
appreciate
super
it.
thankful, bro. There's that
The eye
handshake.
handshake.
For real, man. It's a blessing to even have met you and be around you.
You piss me off of your
No, but truly,
you make
like-
me pissed off of your anger. Like that cap right now, I can't even see your face. Like
It's
I can't even see your
because I
face.
Right before the
So put
podcast,
that-
right
put
before
I
the
just wanna
podcast
sock you
started,
in the
which I
neck.
wanted you
Yeah,
to
you
say
wanna-
on
Oh,
the
yeah, you didn't even
podcast.
say
Say it
it.
again.
You
Say
didn't
it
even say
again.
it.
Huh? Say what?
Are you gonna wear the hat? Are you serious?
Are you gonna wear the?
Is that
fucking
what
hat
you,
right now?
you
Is that what you wear
said?
for the
You
pod?
said, is that what you want?
Is that what you want?
Is that
bro?
what you
Like,
wanna
I can't
wear?
even see your face.
And then he said, "Well, I
No.
put it on, I guess."
No. I mean, I'm truly
No,
blessed
we-
to be around like guys like this and see what's capable, right? And be able to live this lifestyle. So I really, truly.
What's the most mindset breaking thing that either Joey and I have done when it comes to just overall, just like
Yeah.
mental limits that you have on yourself?
Yeah, you just gotta ask.
Well, no, like give a real life scenario. What's what's something that's really like broken? Like you're like, oh wow, because for Joey, he kind of mentioned it, like raising the price, and he had to do it, and it's like, oh geez, which is like a mental barrier.
It's this. This might seem stupid, but when you guys fuck around on call, when you first started fucking around on calls and going into these characters and saying things, I was like, these guys truly do not care. Even in public, when you guys would banter with random people, I'd be like, these guys do not care. Like, you'll go up to somebody and just say whatever. He'll say, yeah, my name's David, right? and not care. And they'll be like, nice to meet you, David. Like, what do you do? Like, yeah, I'm a pilot. It's like, he doesn't care. Like, you're just messing. Like, the biggest thing is simply, you don't take it too serious. Everybody's kind of these NPCs, and you guys kind of broke that barrier for me where it's like, you can fuck around with people and they'll just believe you, you know?
They believe it, yeah.
You can just
Dude,
do
if you
whatever.
say something with enough confidence, like that's why like Three Dudes with a Podcast, we could say something with enough confidence, and it's like they'll believe it, right?
It's so crazy. That was the biggest thing for me. I was like, oh my God. Like, for me, I was just like insecure. Like, they're going to think of me some sort of way. And like,
Yeah.
that's what really changed it for me when I saw that shit happening.
That was the biggest mental belief.
By
that you're
far.
Like, oh wow, people will just believe
By
anything.
far for me, dude. Truly. No, it was like, you can be whoever you want to be. You can truly be whoever you want to be in this life.
Yeah.
And you just have to act it.
Yeah. What is being whoever you want to be? What's that called? It's an alter ego.
Yeah.
What's
Delusional as well.
What's an alter ego to you guys?
You just,
The jet. Joey's jet. Apparently, like on social media, I'm considered an asshole, and people have met me in person.
In
and said,
real life too.
you kind of
Oh,
are. yeah.
I'm an asshole in real life. Oh, good one, guys.
Good one.
So yeah, I mean, they say that, and I think I don't know. I think on camera I'm a bit more aggressive,
When the
I don't-
sunglasses go on, that's
That
that's a different Joey
That
than
guy
this
is-
Joey. We
Yeah.
all have alter egos. It's like I act differently to my mom than I act differently to you guys. I
Right,
act differently to my
100%.
fiance
Yeah.
than I would act to a stranger,
100%,
obviously.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we all have alter egos, and so what's something that you guys have to do to like develop that alter ego? Because I think it's one of the most important things when you're
Yeah.
first getting into starting is like who you are now is not going to
Yeah.
be who's going to get you to that next step. Like you have to pretend to be someone else
Yeah.
until you are that person.
Yeah.
Joey literally puts sunglasses on and a hat, and then he'll be a different person,
Yeah.
just pulling up all suave onto the
Yeah.
camera. So what's something you got to do to
Yeah.
bring that alter ego out?
Straight
for
up.
you?
I mean, obviously, this is gonna make me sound like a piece of shit, but it's like you have to care about what people say, right? You have to actually act like you care about what they're saying and listen to what they say. And I gotta talk like this, right? Like you used to say that. You're like, dude, you sound so monotone, and like you really need to change who you want to. You know, if you want to do something with this, you need to up yourself. I remember TG right on XV. You said. This call, I want you to act like this individual. Come with energy. And it just happened to be he was the best client from Create Clients, right?
Oh, okay.
They're not saying
Wait,
that's the
that was
reason.
the call I told you, dude. I need you to come in.
You need to come with this. And he's like, you're too monotone. Your energy's too low. And I said, that's because they act this way, and I'm tired. And you're like, I don't care, do it. So I jumped onto the call and I was like, what's going on, man? Nice to meet you. I'm Isaiah, right? I had that energy. And he was like, yeah, nice to meet you. And
I need you coming on those calls with ASS boys too.
Yeah.
You know, you come in with like lower.
yeah, pay me
so-
more.
Huh?
Pay me more.
Yeah.
For sure. Then I'll do that.
All right.
But I would say that I said all the time, I think it's just sales and business or client facing. It's like, it's going to tear your personality apart. If you can't take criticism, you're not going to grow and you're not going to make money. And so,
I mean, that's just anything though. Even if you do coding, like you need criticism. Like
Yeah.
if you can't take criticism, no matter where you are,
Yeah.
like you're not gonna go far.
you're not going to grow
Yeah.
at all. But I feel like, when you portray, the way you portray yourself is a lot for people.
Oh yeah. 100%.
It's like, oh, you think I'm boring or I don't have a cute smile, right? Like exaggeration, but it's like you got to take it and be like, maybe he's right. Maybe I need to change something, and maybe I'll be better. And because he would do that, that's what I was able
It's
to
like when
connect
you
with more people.
when you take my advice on cold approaching,
Right,
Because you
exactly.
get so nervous about going up to girls, and I'm like,
I
dude,
mean-
it's okay, brother. It's okay to go talk to, whatever
Yeah.
girl you want.
Right.
They're not gonna
Yeah.
hurt you. They're just gonna be like, ew, go away.
Right.
Or they're gonna be like, oh, I like you.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter, man. You just
Yeah.
roll with it. I mean, what are they gonna say at the end of the day?
Right.
So we're in different relationship statuses, me compared to you guys.
Yeah.
So what's the long term vision? 10 years from now, if we look back on this, where do you want to be with your
Yeah.
personal relationships?
Like love life, right?
Love life. If you
Love
do
life.
you want to be single the rest of your life? Like, what do you want to do? Because like I said, we'll look back at this one day. Where do you want to be?
Yeah. We'll see ourselves.
I think I tried to love, like in
No,
the first
truly,
couple.
Joey, truly.
I'm a lover boy, That's why I got this. Look, can you see on camera? I got a love heart on my.
Can you
the
zoom
side
in
of
on
my-
that?
On the side of my, wow, look at that. Oof. Right, so I got a love heart on my, side of my head, and I think I do tend to, with women, I can love. However, over the years, I think I've learned to now understand boundaries. But your question was, in 10 years, where do I see myself? I can honestly see myself, either being a single dad.
Okay.
Wow.
Because
You
That's
having
wild,
the kid,
yeah.
or like just a
You taking
deadbeat?
care of the
Oh,
kid.
actually, no. Actually, I think I can see myself for the weekends with a child.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I don't think I can go every single day after being an uncle. Every single day, I'm like, wow, this is actually real work. Like, this is extra work. So that's one thing. Because relationships haven't really worked for me, and I understand the modern world now isn't going to give me everything that I'm looking for, and even for myself, right? I know I've got a little bit of like trauma that I need to work on, and if I haven't healed those traumas, then
Yeah.
I just don't see something lasting
Yeah.
long term. And I think by the time I turn 42, I think looking back 10 years at this, I'm still going to look the same. So I'm still gonna
Same.
look like 20,
Probably.
25
Same, me
years
too,
old. You
yeah.
You
know?
haven't really aged from 22
Yeah,
to
so
30.
I'm probably still gonna act like a 25-year-old kid. So
Yeah.
I think life is long and it's okay. Right
Yeah.
now, I've just become an uncle, and I'm okay
Congrats.
with where I'm at. You know, and I'll still.
Big one.
What do you mean? Like,
Congrats on becoming an uncle,
thank
man.
you, brother. It means a
Dang,
lot to
that's
me.
crazy.
You know, I worked hard to be an uncle. So yeah, I mean, I'm okay right now. I don't plan to. I say I want to settle down, but I know deep down I don't want to settle down.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
10
I
years from
want to
now,
settle
10
down.
years from now, you still don't think.
Who knows, brother?
You do know.
Who knows, brother?
Okay.
I'm not 42 yet.
That's true.
I
That's
haven't
true.
popped out a baby yet, you know?
What?
I still might want to live life with you in La Isla.
Laureles. La
In
Isla.
in Colombia. You never know.
Yeah.
You never know. It might turn into passport dads.
Yeah,
by
where do
that
you see
point.
yourself in 10 years? Yeah.
Living?
Living?
Yeah.
If I haven't created Joey's playground in Thailand, which is,
Oh,
you know,
shit. Oh, I-
ice bath, sauna, tennis courts,
Wait a
pickleball,
minute.
gymnasium,
This on spot.
a school in Thailand, and you know, and a
Joey's
traditional
playground.
Thai wife, because I do want an Asian baby.
Joey's
I want a half
playground sounds like
baby.
a strip
Wait,
club.
so now you want a wife?
Huh?
You want a wife now over there?
I mean, I want a wife, but I want to do other things too. Okay. So we'll look
Joey's
back.
playground could be like your mansion where you have like
Yeah, you know Hugh
parties.
Hefner, right? I
Like
don't
Hugh
know. I
Hefner or
still,
whatever?
Like Diddy.
I get called a lustful person. I'm
Gotta
like,
ship a lot
am
of
I
baby
lustful?
oil
Like, what
over
would
to
Genghis Khan do?
Thailand.
You know, what would the great kings do?
He would spread his seed.
King Joey would spread his seed, just like I'll pass it on to my Mexican master over here.
Yeah.
You know, Mexican Filipino master.
The master.
What would you do?
I'm gonna look back at this and be like, that's who I was working with.
10 years.
No, I mean, I'm like in a 50-50 where it's like, to be honest, marriage in itself with the ring and the whole thing works. I don't know if I'll ever do that. I'll have a soulmate, you know. I'll have somebody who I'll be with. But the way that the world is moving, it's too materialistic. But we'll see, right? My 40-year-old self. And then I'm also torn between kids because I feel like kids are so ungrateful. And being alone is kind of addictive, right? You can do whatever you want, whenever you want. But yeah, so I'm like 50-50 still. I do want that lifestyle of calming relationship, kids, dynasty, right? People that will love me when I'm older, and I'll be able to give my knowledge to them and take care of them and things like that. But then at the same time, it's like,
You can.
I'm not gonna grow. I'm gonna look young too when I'm 40. So
I don't know about that.
Oh, whoa!
how is he gonna, not me?
You're only
I look
half,
like I'm
bro.
20.
You're only 25%, brother.
Yeah.
Okay?
I'm just saying though. But
you ain't full Asian.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess I would see myself. I'll probably see myself with someone and with kids for sure. I think that's likely what's gonna happen. That's in my subconscious.
You know what I actually
It's
thought
gonna
about,
happen.
bro? Maybe you'll end up with like another single mom and raising other kids.
No, that would
No?
never happen.
I mean, it could.
That will never
I
happen.
mean, it happened before.
I'm looking at myself now. It would
I mean, it happened for both of us. So
it was a lesson for me. It's a trend for you.
a trend for
It's something that you want. I don't want that.
brother. It's all good, man. You know.
What about you? You're
I
You're
mean,
the stable.
You're
I guess
about to
in
get
society,
things
you're the
moving for
you're the
yourself.
stable foundation. You know,
I'm
you have
the
your
token white guy. I just do what you gotta do, I guess. No, I mean, I hope to be married in 10 years, I guess, at this point, which is the direction I'm heading. I'm engaged now, and so, I mean,
Where's Ken with
in
the
my
shots?
control, it's there. We have 2 dogs. Hopefully, they're around still. I don't know about any kids though.
Really?
I've been still debating because I've just been like, is having kids my thoughts or is it society's thoughts that
Yeah,
they've
yeah.
programmed into me to have, and I just can't like figure it out yet. Like because I like being able to come here and do my thing. Like I love being in a committed relationship and like having a partner to do life with. But like once you add the dogs in, it's like, oh shoot, well somebody has to watch those. We can't go do this. We can't go do that. We got to be home by a certain time. You add a kid into that mix, it's like, oh, you can't go do this ever. You can't go do that ever. So it's like sometimes I just wonder if I would want that or not. And that's kind of the toss up I have. I don't know if it's my thoughts or
Yeah.
society's thoughts. And I mean, we're both kind of on the same page with that, more so thought process. But I mean, 10 years from now, if I do have a kid, hopefully it's the best decision ever. But either way, I mean, I know kids are kind of like every guy's like dream, but I don't know if like that's what we're just told to do, and that's why we do it. But obviously, if nobody reproduces, we don't have a society anymore. So
Somebody's got to do
somebody's got to do it. Some guy like Joey's got to go raise those 15 kids.
Oh yeah, baby.
it. No, that's a crazy thought for sure. For sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
it's always something that messes with me at night. I'm like, what do I actually think?
Yeah.
We've
Versus
all,
like what's programmed in me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've all
Not
been
even
raised
program-
by like single moms at like
Yeah.
a stage in our lives, you know?
Yeah.
So we all know, I think, the struggle, or at least,
Yeah.
you know, we've either been raised by a single mother or dated a single mother. So
Yeah.
we except for you, but yeah.
Yeah.
I was raised by a single mom.
No,
but you never
technically
dated.
I don't know why
Yeah.
you always bring that up.
Yeah.
Because it's just a funny thought for like, you
It's
know,
not
10
that
years
funny
later.
anymore.
I mean, it's funny to me. So, I'm laughing. He's laughing. All right.
Yeah, I find it funny.
Next question.
Next question would be you come up with one. Oh.
Oh yeah, well yeah, you're always in my brain, so I guess I gotta come up with a question.
Yeah, let's hear it, Joey.
All right.
Joey's
so
jet.
I mean, business, you know, personal, you know, I guess all in all,
Dang, he's
if you
stumped.
had to measure your whole life, I guess in your 20s, you know, I think I've just come into my 30s, but all in all, how would you rate your 20s? And I know you're still in your 20s, your late 20s, Alec.
Yeah,
But
27.
overall, how would you relate it from like personal, your quality of life, your relationship, and like, how would you relate it?
Me?
Like, is there any regrets that you have?
I mean, to have regrets would mean that you want a different life. Because if you wish something didn't happen or you wish it didn't, then it means you wish that where you're at currently in life isn't where you're at, and then it's like maybe do something different.
Yeah.
I mean, we could always be better. I mean, we're not always thriving 100% of the time. I mean, there's definitely things that I wish I was better at consistently. But I mean, like, I feel like my 20s have been good. Obviously, like, I wish things had played out differently sometimes, and maybe in my mind, I'd be in a different position. But, you know, I'm not like unhappy with where I'm at in my 20s still. And I feel like I'll be even happier in my 30s. Like, I feel like I have a lot of things compounding for me right now for my 20s, and I feel like my 30s is just going to be where I really, really thrive. And I've really followed the motto of like sacrificing your 20s. I haven't really done much outside of, you know, commit to everything that's on my plate. And so I really feel like my 30s will be where it's at.
Yeah.
Fire.
What about you? Either.
Me? Yeah, I have a lot of regrets. 100%.
Geez, you don't like where you're at
A
all
lot.
with life.
No, I like where I'm at now, but my 20s were definitely a lot of like struggle and hardship for sure. So, yeah, I don't think my 20s were my best years by any means. Physically, yeah, but I regret a lot of things and decisions I've made and time that I've wasted. I think I've wasted a lot of time doing shit I didn't want to do or being in my head, obviously, right? And I think that my 30s, from opposite of that, right, is going to be
Compounding.
better for me. I think if I finally, you know, get past some of these things, yeah, I should be able to live the life that I wanted. And yeah, I know I'll look back at, and I even in the moments I was like, I'm gonna look back and regret these, and I did it, and I regret a lot of. I guess I would say I just regret wasting a lot of time. You know.
Yeah.
I think for me, in my 20s, there was a lot of highs and lows. With my, you know, in my early 20s, being depressed, coming to America, having different deep, dark thoughts of, you know, suicide, and then overcoming that, and then going to different events and moving to a different country. But personally, I think that now I'm in my early 30s, I'm starting to love myself a lot more. And I'm seeing myself change of like, you know, when I saw you guys in November, I definitely thought, wow, I'm a lot more mature than the Joey that was here a long time ago. And I'm a lot more calm around, you know, the other sex or this or that. And I just feel more at ease now.
With yourself.
So in my 20s, there was a lot of like growing up to do. I know there's a lot more to do. No regrets. I've had a great 20s. I have a good ass life.
Yeah.
But definitely to take out of my 20s is, okay, now I'm like, wow, seeing my full version of myself. I want it to be better. I want to be great now, and now's the time to be great. You know, I want to do big things. I want to in business and in fitness and in health, and I want to get there. So I feel good, and I feel as if
Yeah.
you know, I just got tattoos, and finally, like, what the hell? I've been waiting a decade to get something I've always wanted, to have something and do stuff. So yeah, I feel like maturity, I can take out of being immature to now being a bit more mature.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know.
no, for sure.
So
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
I mean, speaking about relationships, I mean, we're kind of on the opposite sides of the spectrum, you guys and me, in that sense. And so for me, a lot of times I'm like, well, for example, Colombia, I'm like, going over there, that's not really a place for a guy like me to be going right now. And so do you guys ever feel like there's like times where you're like, because there's a lot of things in that side where I just can't relate with you guys just because we live in completely different sides of the world. Do you guys feel like you can't relate like whenever I speak about stuff?
Yes.
On like the opposite side of the spectrum.
With the
And then what would that be?
yeah, I was about to say with like you have to be super patient in your world. You have to compromise a lot, you know.
I don't know about compromise.
But you know what I
wouldn't say
mean? Like
compromise.
we could walk away easily from
Well, though, both me
can
and
walk
her,
away, though,
me
too.
and her could too.
You
but
know?
that sounds harder for sure.
but he could though.
So for me, I'm just speaking for myself. It's like I can't, as I know, I'm not saying it's wrong, but I'm just saying like the idea of like, yeah, their situation is like not like, that's a lot, you know, like that's a whole person that you're being committed to for a long time. I couldn't imagine them not talking to me for how long as you guys have been together, you know. That sounds like something so crippling, like depending obviously in the situation, but like, you know what I mean? Like you're checking up on this person all the time.
Yeah.
You're with them. And
I mean, if you care, if you care for someone, why wouldn't you check up on them?
But it's like you're with them every day, you know, and you live with them. You
Yeah.
know? So it's like that to me. I guess I can't.
You just can't relate with.
Yeah. Like that's like a long time. Like they're there. Like your silence is with them for a long. Like you've been with them for years. That's something that I can't relate to.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Long-term relationship.
I'm always interested, like on the other side of the spectrum, because like, you know, it's just completely different worlds. Like you guys have a lot of freedom, and in that area, I don't. Like in obviously the select areas, I don't have freedom at. Versus you guys, right? And I'm always like, I wonder if there's ever like things that they're like, I can't really relate on him on either, because that stuff I can't relate on you guys with.
Right.
You know.
I mean, just like we went back to like how me and Isaiah can relate to like some relationship stuff, and maybe you can't.
Yeah.
What? I'm just being honest. Come on, it's a podcast.
Single moms.
Single
Just-
moms again.
just women with kids. You know,
They've been with
women with kids.
they've been stepfathers.
But
basically.
you know,
Fuck no.
you know, obviously, you know, he doesn't want to live a life that I want. You know, I don't want to live a life that he wants to live yet. You know, I don't want to buy a house or settle down and have dogs. I can't stand dogs. You know, I rather
need
go and explore new countries. And what, did you say I rather eat dogs, you motherfucker? Wow.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
All right. So
Keep going, man.
I want to, I feel like there's a lot of the world I want to go explore. There's a lot of new territories I want to mark, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
There's a lot of territories that I want to explore.
You don't think somebody could go with you?
Someone could go with me, but I just haven't found that equal lifestyle balance.
Yeah.
Like, and also, yeah, I just can't, I don't think based on my previous stats that I can maintain something as such, you know, and
Yeah.
it does take a lot of energy for me. And, you know, I feel like I've always, you know, I grew up with like 3 brothers, and I just never was around women. So I didn't understand women the way maybe you do. And for me, it took a while, and now I'm just finally getting to understand them more and
Yeah.
understand myself more in that process
Yeah.
of stuff. So for me, yeah. So yeah, there are some things that we'll agree to disagree on with,
Yeah.
I think, business, with relationships.
There's always disagreement in life.
You know?
So I guess business
Yeah.
gems I've dropped. What's a relationship gem you'll go into your next relationship with, Isaiah, that you've learned from me?
From you, yeah.
Mainly Isaiah, because I don't know what Joey's learned from me relationship wise.
Yeah, bro. I mean, you got to be the bigger person and put your ego aside, and it's okay to show that you care more. It's
Yeah.
okay to check up. You know, it's okay to. I think with the
I don't even know what you mean by checkup. Just say, hey,
no,
how are
no,
you
no.
doing?
Yeah. With like the red.
Such like a politician right now.
No, it's just it's simply like you can care about people like a lot, like, and you can show it. You can show it, and it's okay.
I mean, I don't do my best job showing it. I mean,
But you're always texting your girl like like
When he's
that's
away.
something to me for me like long term. It's like how do you keep that spark? Like does it ever become? I don't know. It probably does.
it takes two to tango.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And it's
Yeah.
like you're okay with being the. I think in every relationship you're okay with being the one who's showing more. Showing more to that person.
Yeah.
Even in business and personal, man and girl, whatever. You're always the one who's like.
So that's what you're gonna try to take into your next relationship.
Of course.
Care about them.
Care about them more.
Okay.
It's okay to care about, be the one that's like loving more. Like there's a viral clip, right? I don't know if you know. I said it in Colombia. Ethan, whatever. He's an actor. He said, "The one who loves is the one who wins." Right. So
Interesting.
that to me is big.
Interesting. The one.
I think
who
what I
loves-
learned from you is,
Oh, you have learned something. Let's hear it.
yeah, of course, be Big Papa and have some fucking money.
Okay.
You know, because if you
Okay.
ain't got money, you ain't got honey. So always have money in your pocket.
Yeah.
You know,
I
always be
guess,
willing
I
to spend
guess.
on a broad. You heard? You know,
Yeah,
always be
that's
willing
true.
to spend on the broad
I
as
guess.
well.
That is
And
true.
always be willing to take them out. You know,
Yeah.
don't be stingy with the money. Like, don't have that cheap mindset. Like you
Yeah.
keep teaching me, it's like it will come back.
Yeah.
You know, because I want to like, oh no. I'm like, all right, whatever. So I learned that from you. It's like, okay, well, if you're doing that and it's
Yeah, if
long
you're
term,
providing-
Yeah,
and
I,
so
if
I
you
learned
remember,
that
I
from
remember
you,
in your
like-
recent relationship, I was always like, dude, quit being so cheap. Because it's like, dude, they like, if we're good at making money and they're not good at making money, why would we hold them to the same money standard? Right? It's like,
Yeah.
how is that an equal relationship if I know how to make way more than you and you
Yeah.
have to split it with me? It's like $1,000 to you is like
Yeah,
25% of your paycheck, and it's
Right.
like
Yeah.
that's like it's just different standards, and it's like I've never. For me, it's like choose what you want them to stress about, and it's like I never want my significant other to have to stress about money, and so I would prefer to take
Yeah.
that burden, and I hope you guys take that into if you guys in a relationship. It's like there's so many things to stress on. Anything that I can control that they don't have to stress on, that she doesn't have to stress on, is like what I try to
Yeah.
focus on.
If you're the provider, you're the fucking shit. You're the man. You run this shit. That's
You got to be the provider.
that's what it is.
Yeah,
man.
I guess,
that's what he's taught. That's also.
I guess
the
because
other
I've
one.
always seen my mom, taking care of my dad.
Yeah.
So I always watched her do
But it's
stuff.
like that's the
And I don't know,
masculine
maybe-
energy. I mean,
Yeah.
if you
And I
don't want to be the
I didn't know
masculine
what that was
energy in
until
it-
education of social media turned up,
5 minutes.
Cool.
Well, this has been great, guys. I mean, I know we kind of ended on a weird topic because I didn't know we were this close, but we've spent a lot of time together over the years, and I'm excited to watch this in 10 years and see where we all end up and what happens with what. But either way, it's been good. I really appreciate how long and how far we've come and worked together, and that's why I wanted to do this with each other, not because it's like super beneficial. I know you'll get some clips out of it, but for me, it's like just one of those things where I really just want more memories with people I love, and so
Yeah.
I'm glad that we obviously had the time to be able to come together and do this. So thank you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother.
Appreciate you.
That was great.
That was awesome.
Thank you so much.
Ooh, leave yourself a question. Yeah, in 10 years I will be. Oh man, okay, that's smart. That's smart. In 10 years, let me. I need to think about that. Anyone else can do it too.
Yeah, I
Give
mean,
it
it's
to-
like in 10
hop
in-
in.
In 10 years, did I make a multiple $1 million? Did I travel the world and go where I wanted to go?
Okay. In 10 years, did I make the right choices in life? That's all. That's all I'm curious. If I look back in my 30s, did I make the right choices in my 20s?
Yeah.
In 10 years, did I become more of a douche or less of a douche? Because I'd rather be less of a douche and be a better person.
Oh, I like that. What a nice guy.
Yeah.
Well, we'll end it on that. He's a douchebag.
Woo!